This is TradeFlow News, bringing you relevant news and insights from around the world. TradeFlow News, enabling trade for SMEs and economies worldwide.
These are some of the key topics that we will be looking into in today's program.
First, let's take a look at the overnight headlines which are impacting the commodity markets. Oil prices climbed about 3% to a 9-week high on Friday as supply concerns and technical buying outweighed fears that further interest rate hikes could slow economic growth and reduce demand for oil. Brent futures rose $1.95, or 2.6%, to settle at $78.47 a barrel, while U.S. West Texas Intermediate Crude, WTI, rose $2.06, or 2.9%, to settle at $73.86. That was the highest close for Brent since May 1st and WTI since May 24th. Both benchmarks ended up about 5% for the week.
Top oil exporter Saudi Arabia has raised the prices for most its crude oil to Asian customers in August for a second month, after its announcement of prolonging an extra output cut on top of a broader OPEC Plus deal. Saudi Aramco hiked the official selling prices, OSP, for August, loading Arab Light to Asia by 20 cents a barrel from July to $3.20 a barrel over Oman, Dubai quotes, the state oil giant said in a statement. The price increase was largely anticipated by the market, although some Asian refiners surveyed by Reuters before Saudi Arabia's pledge to extend the production cut were expecting a price cut of about 50 cents amidst poor refining margins and competition with crude from other regions.
Moving on to the top news in the energy sector.
Russia's latest pledge to reduce oil exports will not require a similar cut in production, a government source told Reuters on Friday, because more fuel will be needed to meet domestic demand. Deputy Prime Minister Alexander Novak on Monday announced that Russia would cut oil exports by 500,000 barrels per day in August amid weak global oil prices. But Russian oil companies have not been ordered to make additional output cuts, three sources at the company said. Russia will most likely not have to cut more production in August due to increased consumption in the country's domestic market, said the government source.
India's fuel demand eased 3.7% in June month-on-month, government data showed on Friday, as monsoon rains restricted mobility in the world's third biggest oil consumer. Consumption of fuel, a proxy for oil demand, totaled 19.31 million tons in June, down from 20.06 million tons in May, data from the Petroleum Planning and Analysis Cell, PPAC, of the Oil Ministry showed. Sales of diesel, mainly used by trucks and commercially run passenger vehicles, decreased about 3.7% in June to 7.91 million tons from a month earlier.
Next, we have the top news in metal markets.
Copper prices rose on Friday, recovering from 3 sessions of falls, as the dollar weakened after U.S. employment figures and stocks in LME-registered warehouses declined to their lowest since April. Benchmark copper on the London Metal Exchange was up 1.2% at $8,359.05 a metric ton by 16:09 GMT, on track to finish the week with a 0.5% growth after 2 weekly declines. Making dollar-priced commodities more attractive for buyers with other currencies, the dollar index fell after data showed that U.S. job growth slowed more than expected in June, while labor market conditions remain tight.
Gold prices rose on Friday and were on track for their first weekly gain in 4 as the dollar and bond yields fell after weaker U.S. non-farm payrolls numbers cast doubts over the trajectory of interest rate hikes beyond July yet again. Spot gold was up 0.8% at $1,926.54 per ounce at 2:06 p.m. Eastern Daylight Saving Time, 18:06 GMT. Bullion was up 0.4% so far this week. U.S. gold futures settled 0.9% higher at $1,932.50. Labor Department data showed non-farm payrolls came in well below expectations last month, but the unemployment rate retreated from a 7-month high amid fairly strong wage gains. We will now look at the top news in the agricultural sector. Malaysian palm oil futures fell 2% on Friday as traders awaited key palm oil board data, although the market is on course for a second weekly gain. The benchmark palm oil contract for September delivery on the Bursa Malaysia Derivatives Exchange closed down 78 ringgit, or 1.99%, to 3,833 ringgit, $821.47, a metric. For the week, palm gained 1.16%.
That is all for today's news on commodity markets. Stay tuned to TradeFlow News as we continue to provide you with more updates. We also invite you to follow us on Twitter at TradeFlow News, which allows you to watch our program on your mobile device or desktop to receive information from there.